Hi everyone, Carla here from Happy Tails Farm, and I'm here with two roosters today that we've rescued. And I wanted to talk a little bit with you today because I have actually received two questions this week that pertain to chickens, and I also received a call to rescue these roosters, so I thought it might be a good idea to have a little chat about it. The first question I received was, if I purchase my eggs from the grocery store that are labeled free range or nest laid, is that humane? Now, I'll allow you to do a Google search on your own, but all I can say to you is that no, sadly that's just marketing. First off, when you see something that says nest laid, it only means that there is maybe one nesting box to several hundred birds, and certainly not every bird has the opportunity to sit in that box. In Europe, for example, in the UK, nesting boxes are a normal part of their system, where every chicken has the right to lay in that box. Sadly, in Canada and the United States, we are so far behind that we don't offer that, and when we do offer that, we call it nest laid as a marketing tool to try to get people to buy those eggs. Free range, again, is another marketing buzzword that basically just means that the chickens aren't pushed into tiny little cages. They don't have cages, but sadly they're smushed all in together in one big open area. The birds still have their beaks debeaked. They still have their toenails pulled out to try to stop losses from the birds going crazy and killing each other. It also means that there may be a window at the very end perhaps, or there may even be access to outdoors, but sadly so many hundreds and thousands of birds are kept in the small area that they need to clamber over each other, injuring and killing each other just to get a little bit of light. So no, if you are buying your grocery store or your eggs from a grocery store, sadly you're funding cruelty. The next question I received was someone asking me how I felt about backyard chicken flocks in order to get eggs that are more humane, and the question is, do I believe that they are humane that way? Certainly, if you're thinking that way, kudos to you, because you're thinking about the animals and what you can do in order to make their lives better to get the eggs. As you know, I'm vegan, so that means that I don't use animals in any way. So I don't eat their eggs, I don't eat their meat, and I don't drink their secretions, which is milk. So I don't feel that we need to exploit animals in order to live. And when I say live or survive, I feel like I'm thriving, and I haven't had any animal products in quite some time. So how do I feel about that? Well, I think it's a heck of a lot better than purchasing factory farmed eggs, obviously. But there are some hidden victims in backyard flocks, even ones you don't necessarily think about. The first thing is, when you go and you buy your chicks, for example, whether you have them shipped through the mail, sounds horrible, doesn't it? It happens all the time. The chicks are never given a chance to see their mothers, so they are just, whether they're born on a farm and sent to a feed store or what have you, you buy those chicks, they all look the same, you don't know what's male or female, so first off, you're taking babies from their moms. Secondly is, most backyard chicken flocks only have one or two roosters, if any. So you get your chicks, and then they start to grow, and you realize the roosters, what happens to those roosters? Well, for example, with these roosters, they ended up at the Montreal SPCA because nobody needs roosters. Some people may kill the roosters. Some people may think it's more humane to just let them go into the woods. Roosters are found all the time walking along and get picked up. Almost always they're going to become food for another animal. So the hidden victims there are the babies taken away from the mothers who never get to have their babies, and then of course all of the unwanted roosters. So I'm not going to keep these guys out in the cold too much longer, and I'm not going to keep you busy too much longer, but I just hope that you do take a thought into what is involved in the things that you eat and how that affects yourself, your health, the animals that are never giving, providing that food or that's taken away from them to provide it for you, and then the environment as well. Food for thought. Have a great day.